The Mafate is back!
Ginger Runner.
What is up, everybody? Ethan Newberry, the Ginger Runner, here for another Ginger Runner review. I'm excited about today's review. I've been running in this shoe pretty much all summer. I just got off of a big training block, and a majority of those miles were done in this shoe. Today, I am reviewing from Hoka One One, the Mafate 2. Mafate! Think back to 1 year ago. You might remember I dropped a review of the Mafate version 1. I actually liked this shoe a lot. It surprised me. Right out of the box, I didn't know what to anticipate, and guess what? It did really well. In fact, it made my gear of the year as one of the best trail shoes that I experienced in 2018. This shoe still holds up. It's still in my closet. Every once in a while, I'll put it on just for good measure to see if it still works. It does. It is because of this shoe and the miles of joy that I experienced in it that I was very excited to hear that they were dropping the second version. I have been anticipating with passion and a deep sense of need the dropping of the Hoka EVO MAFATE 2. I got my hands on it almost right away and just started logging miles. The original was a surprisingly beefy yet nimble and precise shoe with plenty of protection, cushion, grip in a fairly lightweight package at a huge cost. But I still really love my miles in it. So how does the new EVO MAFATE 2 differ from the first version? Is it better? Does it hold up to the original? Did Hoka go back to the drawing board and completely change everything, turning it into a complete nightmare like most brands? I'm happy to report back that they did change some things, but for the better. Got a fancy new upper, a little bit of weight reduction, but we still have a shoe that manages to perform like its predecessor with a few caveats. So will I be setting new course records or dropping some FKTs in the new EVO MAFATE 2? No, I'm not fast. That won't happen. But I'm having a lot of fun in the shoe, and I'm going to talk to you about why in today's review. As always, we like to talk about the things that we like and dislike, starting as always with the things that we like. The new upper. So they're utilizing that same matrix material that they did in version 1. It's a material that took some getting used to. It is a bit abrasive. It has a little bit of stretch, but for the most part, it just wants to absorb dirt and hold on to it, making it a really gritty texture. It's not very forgiving. But one of the coolest things that they've incorporated into the new EVO MAFATE 2 is this vamp. It's a stretchy material right here through the midfoot and forefoot areas. The different fabrics contribute to a wider, more forgiving forefoot stretch, which allows this upper to compensate to various foot shapes. Having this softer, stretchier vamp through the middle is a great touch, a really smart design feature that will allow the shoes, which normally fit quite narrow, to have a bit more give and just contribute to a more comfier fit. Really smart design decision. It's also something you'll see in the new EVO Speed Goat. It'll also utilize that same stretchier vamp material. I think it's cool. The added protection across the toe box and the more well-built tongue and gusset really work to help make that upper new, improved, and a bit more adapting to multiple foot shapes. It's a nice improvement. The cushion. So it's the same plush, lovely cushion that we experienced in that first version that made me fall in love with the Mafate. The EVO MAFATE 2 has plenty of give, plenty of softness while giving you ground feel through that thickness. It's not overwhelming. It gives you plenty of protection. I'm really digging this midsole material for its resilience, for its comfort. Has a nice little pop on there. And for those long miles on the trail, 20 plus miles ultras, you're gonna have a lot of fun in the shoe. Well, a lot of comfortable fun in the shoe. Weight loss. The shoe is actually lighter than the first version, a whole 2.5 grams. I mean, I literally could spit and lose 2.5 grams. I mean, weight loss is weight loss, so congratulations, EVO MAFATE 2, you're lighter. Now so am I. And finally, grip. The Vibram outsole, which they're carrying over from the first version, is fantastic. I've had nothing but good things to say about the grip. 5mm lugs that are in those high wear areas. You're getting a more resilient outsole type lug through the midfoot. I am wearing these lugs down. I have over 100 miles in the shoe. That's to be expected, but I'm still getting plenty of grip through all inclement conditions. Muddy trails, dry trails. It's just good. It's been nice to have these Vibram lugs. I like that grip. Makes me just like the shoe. God, that smells terrible. Woo! But the EVO MAFATE 2 is not all White Claw and hummus parties. There are a couple of things that I dislike. Let's get to those now. Heel fit. So this is an issue that I did not have in the first version, but I do have in the second version and had really right out of the box. I've managed to kind of dial it in, but it was a problem that lasted for weeks and nearly 50 or 60 miles. A heel wants to slip out of the heel counter. Doesn't matter if you do the little tricky lacing mechanism up here to try to get a better fit and lock your heel in, you're getting a slippery heel. I believe it's a wider ankle opening, which contributes to a loose, dodgier fit in that heel. So just just be conscious of that. It will eventually find its fit. It will take some dialing in here through the midfoot to make sure that everything is being held down properly to keep your heel in. But that was by far the biggest gripe I had right out of the box. The shoe just did not fit like the first version or really any Hoka, and I debated going down a half size. I'm glad I didn't, only because the narrowness and everything like that worked perfect in the size 11 that I have for my foot. Just be aware, there might be some issues here along the ankle and heel. Durability. So I actually really like the matrix material. I like that midsole and I like that outsole. I think everything is very durable, but with version 2, we're having an issue where the upper meets the midsole. That connection point is failing a little bit earlier than I would have hoped. The glue is coming apart and some of the matrix material is wearing through a little bit. It's nothing where the shoe has blown out, the shoe is usable, everything is still running properly, but I'm seeing wear and tear that I did not see in the first version, which was a surprise, which raises that tiny little red flag of durability issue potential in this shoe. So far so good, but I'm just gonna let you guys know in advance. And finally, price. It's $170. That is a lot of money to spend on a shoe. It'll last you a long time. It'll be great for ultras, but you got to decide. You're going to pay rent, buy a pair of shoes. You're going to go buy 15 sheet cakes, or you're going to buy a new pair of shoes. You're going to pay your parents back for 18 years of room and board, or you're going to buy a new pair of shoes. It's pricey. It's expensive. Same as the first version, and the first version hasn't gone on sale. It is what it is. And it sucks. But that is pretty much it for dislikes. It is very similar to version 1, which was one of my favorite shoes of 2018, and that makes me happy. I'm glad they did not walk too far away from the original horse. It's a phrase. Look it up. So in conclusion, the Hoka EVO MAFATE 2 holds up to the expectations created by the original. It fills that void of a long distance shoe where you're going to be out there for hours and hours and hours. Great for a race environment, great for long training days, solidly built and designed for inclement weather, dry trails, technical trails, covers the full gamut, and has been one of my favorite training shoes for the last few months that I've had the shoe. I do anticipate racing all my upcoming races in the coming months in this shoe, only because it's great and it covers all the bases. So let's get more specific. Build quality, I don't think it's built as good as the first version. I'm getting plenty of miles out of it. I do see some wear and tear spots. Makes me a little bit worried for the durability of the shoe in the long run, but I like the matrix material. I like the midsole and the Vibram outsole. The ingredients are right. Recipe's good, but the build has me a little bit wary. Comfort, yeah, it has comfort in spades. It's such a soft midsole material. You're gonna get plenty of good, joyful miles of happy plush goodness out of it. Fit. So this is where this is better than the first version. That vamp material has a little bit of stretch right there through the toe box. You're gonna get better toe box fit through this. It's a smart design, good implementation, but while it's better in that forefoot, it does lose a little bit of fit fun here in the heel where your heel may slip and just bother you. Be aware. Price at $170, that just pushes it outside of my happy realm, which is about $130 and below. For a shoe like this, you're gonna be running a lot in it, a lot of races, training, blah, blah, blah. You'll get your mile per dollar out of it. You just might have to sell a kidney to get it. And finally, looks, it's fine. This gray, black, orange, red look is fine. It reminds me a lot of some earlier Challenger model colorways, but they do have that blue yellow version. I know a lot of people really like that. They're going for a look, and I guess this is it. Nothing really new, nothing really modern, pretty simple. It's fine. Bringing us to our final conclusion, is the Hoka EVO MAFATE 2 a buy, try, or a why? It's a buy. The reason is, despite the fact that it is very expensive, you're gonna get plenty of fun miles, comfortable miles, grippy miles out of the shoe. You're gonna enjoy it. I have. Make sure you try it on your foot, make sure everything fits well. So far, it's been great. So I'm happy to see that the second version of a shoe that I loved in 2018 hasn't changed too much, and in fact gotten a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable. That's a good thing. So that, my friends, is it for my review of the Hoka EVO MAFATE 2. Have you run in the shoe? If you have, let me know in the comments what you think of it, or the first version. Did you listen to my recommendation from last year? Did you enjoy the EVO MAFATE 1? Are you excited about this? What shoes are you excited about? Answer all those questions in the comments below. And finally, if you have any more questions, want to find out more details, or get a pair of the Hoka EVO MAFATE 2s for yourself, links are in the description. I'll take you over to Running Warehouse. They're affiliate links. It helps the channel out. It costs you nothing. Consider it if you have not already. Patreon supporters get a cool discount code as well to use on various gear. Check it. So that is it. If you like this review, make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe to this channel, youtube.com/thegingerrunner. Social media links, that's where those are. It's a thing. I'm not on TikTok. I'm sorry. If you want to support this channel, help keep the lights on, the mics hot, patreon.com/thegingerrunner. For as little as $1 a month, you get to do all of that. Cool perks on the back end, and GRGR registration, while officially closed for the t-shirts, is open for digital download entries, so you can still participate in the event and be eligible for all the awards and everything like that. Jump in. We'd love to have you. GRGR 4th Annual Ginger Runner Global Run coming up soon. That's it, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Get out there. Train hard, race harder, and part of the hardest. I know I am. We'll see you guys next week for more fun. Okay, bye.